The Texas Tech Speech and Language Pathology Program is partnering with the Condra School to study the potential reasons many children are having a hard time with reading.
The researchers are creating this study now to examine the connection with auditory processing disorder and how schools can adapt to teach children affected by it. KCBD News Channel 11's Sydney Lowther tells us how this study is getting started.
Miranda Condra, the superintendent of the Condra School, noticed students diagnosed with dyslexia were still having trouble reading.
We identified that a lot of them were not responding to traditional dyslexia therapies. And we looked at it and we suspected auditory processing.
Auditory processing is the way our brain filters and processes everything that we hear. The disorder was found among 99% of students tested in the Condra School. This sparked interest in Associate Professors Tori Gustafson and Tobias Kroll.
You hear it in your head. So if you're having trouble filtering out what you're hearing in your head from yourself reading and everybody else is talking, then there's a lot of problems.
Though APD is very common among children, there is little research explaining why this disorder affects reading. Without research, there are not many therapies to address this problem. So Condra reached out for help.
And see if we can figure out what's going on and then move into, can we do some therapy for these kids that are the programs just aren't quite helping enough.
With parental permission, the students will be going through a series of tests, auditory games, listening games, visual tests, and focusing tests. These will assess how each of them process the information they are hearing, seeing, and reading.
To see what is it that makes the signal not get through good if they have auditory processing, what makes them not do well in that. And then that will help us decide what we need to do to help them.
They hope this research not only helps students at the Condra School, but that it can help kids around the world. Sydney Lowther, KCBD News Channel 11.